everybody, it's time for Storytime with Dave. I'm Dave. Hey, listen, the other day I was having lunch with my friend Andy. Now, Andy and I were getting together and we were going to go and meet outside at In-N-Out for lunch. And when we got there, I was so excited because I don't know about you, but I love In-N-Out. It is delicious. And when we got there, I noticed that Andy wasn't as happy as I thought he should be because we were at In-N-Out. I said, Andy, what's the problem? He said, I'm in a bad mood. I said, Andy, but why? We're at In-N-Out. That's one of the best things ever. How could you be in a bad mood? He goes, I'm in a bad mood. So then I said, but Andy, we're at In-N-Out. He goes, I know. I'm just still in a bad mood. Well, has that ever happened to you? Yeah, sometimes you're just in a bad mood for no good reason. You just wake up in a bad mood. Well, that happens to everybody, even my friend Andy. And even though we were in and out, it wasn't helping him get out of his bad mood. So, what do we do when we have a bad mood? Well, I'm going to read you a really fun book about a bear that has a really bad mood and how the bear got out of his bad mood. And this story will teach us an important and true story about how we can get out of bad moods when we have them. You ready? This book is called Mother Bruce. Not Mother Goose, Mother Bruce, because it's about Bruce the bear. It's by an author and illustrator named Ryan T. Higgins. And let's jump in. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. He did not like sunny days. He did not like rain. He did not like cute little animals. Bruce only liked one thing: eggs. He collected them from all over the forest. Good morning, Miss Sparrow. But Bruce didn't eat eggs raw like other bears. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes that he found on the internet. One day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs drizzled with honey salmon sauce. So he went out to get the ingredients. First, he caught some salmon. Then he collected honey from a local beehive. He liked to support local businesses, you see. Last, he went to Mrs. Goose's nest to pay her a visit. Are these eggs free-range organic? At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. But the fire in the stove fizzled, so he went out to get more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. Mama! 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 Bruce became the victim of mistaken identity. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not goslings. He supposed he could settle for buttered goslings on toast, but for some reason, he lost his appetite. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest, only to find Mrs. Goose had flown south early. Bruce left the goslings there anyway, and he went back home. Mama? Mama. But he was followed. Bruce was very stern and said things like, Go away, and I am not your mother, and also, I liked you better when you were eggs. Roar! Bruce could take it no longer and became extra grumpy with them. Roar! It didn't work. Goslings always follow their mother, even if she is a he and he is a bear. Mama! 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 Bruce was stuck with them. He tried to make the best of it. It was hard work. As the seasons passed, Bruce watched these pesky goslings grow older. From annoying baby geese to stubborn teenage geese to boring adult geese. Then one fall afternoon, he saw the other goose families flying south. Finally, he'd be rid of these geese, and he could take a long winter nap. Bruce explained migration, but they didn't listen. Bruce needed the geese to leave, so he got creative. Nothing worked. The geese would not leave Bruce. Sigh. So Bruce decided to pack some bags and take his geese into town. They boarded a bus and migrated to Miami. Now, every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about at the beach in tacky shirts, sipping ice-cold lemonade while Bruce dreams of new recipes. Recipes that don't hatch. Mama. The end. Now, that's a silly book about a bear who becomes a papa to a bunch of baby geese. But the lesson is really, really interesting here. Bruce was grumpy, but at the end, he's on the beach and he's enjoying himself and having fun. Why? What got Bruce the bear out of all that bad mood? Well, I think I have a theory. I think it's when we love other people. We love other people, it brings us joy because that's how God made us, to give and receive love. So if you're in a bad mood, try being extra nice and loving somebody else, doing something for them, caring for them. It actually can get us out of our bad mood faster than just about anything. Sometimes you think, well, I'll just wait for the bad mood to pass. Or you think if the circumstances were better, like if I were going to the beach, then I'd be happy. But that's not true. Loving other people is what makes us happy because it's why God made us and what we're made for. God is love, and he created us to love each other and other people. So that's a little hint, a little tip, a little trick. So next time you're in a bad mood, like my friend Andy, you can try that. In fact, as we were at In-N-Out, we were there and we noticed some people who were there. And one of the people that were there were some teenagers, and they forgot one of the teenagers forgot their money. And they were so sad because they were there with their friends and they couldn't get anything to eat because they didn't have any money. And so Andy said, I can buy you a lunch. And he did. And he got him like a hamburger and a shake. And the kid was so grateful. And he said, Mister, I don't know how to repay you. And Andy said, it's okay. Just, it's on me. And the kid said, thanks, mister. And then later on, we were talking, and I noticed Andy wasn't in a bad mood anymore. And can you guess why? It's because he was kind to somebody else. He made somebody else's day, and that made his day. Do you see? Love is the way out. So I hope we learned an important lesson from Bruce the bear. Also, just be sure to steer away from recipes that will make you a pet parent. All right, that would be good. All right, so until next time, I hope you have a good week, and we'll see you soon.